today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers versus Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without it. Top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here's the first drive down for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
On play action, Lance. And his first look is incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Michael O.J. Mudia with the tackle. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. Now this throw caught left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Seattle. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Locke to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got...
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The numbers for Sermon in last week's game: 19 carries, 78 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and the coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On the handoff, Sermon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The Lance going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And the 49ers are going to have themselves a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Here's Sermon. Oh, what a move. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Lance now to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They look to throw. It's Locke out to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it, and you really have no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. On the draw is Sermon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Lance. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! Allen Robinson from 10 yards out. And the Niners on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. What's the deal, man? So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Play action. Now it's Locke. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. To throw it is Locke. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. On first down, Lance. It's Hill, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. To throw again on second down, Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. From the gun on third down, Lance. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Returnable for Lockett. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there just before halftime. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. where you see the final score there. Justin Fields leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail the visiting Green Bay Packers as that one's gone to halftime. Ian Book, 3 first-half touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. We see Drew Lock and the offense coming back on.
And he's been effective and they're winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent. And, of course, the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball, too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well. And right now, he's the focal point of it.
Lock off of play action. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, Lock sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. Here's Lock to throw. This complete to Lockett. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, it's Lock. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the 49ers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Sermon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 62 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to Sermon on 1st down. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Lance. This to the outside, it's Sermon.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now Lance. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They set up the screen for Sermon.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Lance looks to throw again. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will tie things at 17 all. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a second down and 6.
Locke working out of the gun. Rolling to his left. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Throwing left side, it's complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Carson will score. Touchdown, Seattle. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And Lance's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. But it'll be 2nd down.
Lance looking to throw it.
And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here's Lance.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Locke going to throw it here. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So Lance and the Niners down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 47 on the clock. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Throwing now is Lance.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Here's Lance to throw it.
They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts it in to any hopes that they have.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
2nd and 6.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And quickly they get to the line. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, Locke. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears.
Meanwhile, for the Niners, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL.